What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jossie. Thank you so much for tuning in again with us on this week's episode. If you haven't watched Self Care, I encourage you to go back and watch Self Care and our very first feature for season 2, Life Be Lifin'. Today, y'all don't see TT, you don't see Ashley. They couldn't make it today for this week's episode, but we have a very, very, very special guest today here on the episode who, a little camera shy, but he showed up, okay? I call him husband, but y'all will call him Randy. Say what's up, man.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, so how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
For sure. That's all good.
Yes, y'all. So, got Bay here on this week's episode. So we just want to talk about a topic that I feel like a lot of people will be encouraged from, and it is the truth about marriage. So I wanted to do this specific topic because a lot of people desire to be married. So it's kind of for those who kind of desire marriage, because if you married, you probably would most likely agree with most of the things that we say, if not some, at least some of it. But those who do aspire to be married, we just want to dedicate this episode to men and women out there who still have hope for marriage one day. So, the truth about marriage. So, we always get compliments, right? Be like, oh, y'all such a cute couple. And for those who personally know us, they compliment or just admire our love that we share. So they'll be like, I do love the fact that no matter what y'all been through, that y'all still love each other. It's kind of like y'all inseparable. And then, you see people, they look up to us and all that, or just like, y'all just a beautiful couple. And be like, oh my gosh, thank you. But, but it's a lot of work that goes into marriage. And although the beauty is on the outside, because look at his face, he look good, okay? And what about me?
Looking good.
Okay, so
looking good for sure.
So we look good, okay? You so fun.
I mean, I would have you get up and turn around and do a twirl for everybody.
No,
it ain't happening. Not today.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so we, the beauty is on the outside, but then people don't know and see the work that it really takes to create a marriage that you want it to be.
So
it don't
9 to 5.
It is. And I think something too that's funny that about this episode that's funny, because our anniversary was just like a few weeks ago. And I remember him making a post on Facebook was like, what did you say? Like, I do, but sometimes I don't, or something to that nature.
I think it was something to that effect.
Yeah, it was kind of like, I still do, even when sometimes I don't. And I'm like, that was real. That was
I think
wrong.
I said something like, even when disagreements occur, sometimes I don't, but I always have to still do.
Okay. It was something around there. Y'all picking up what we putting down. So it was something about that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of good. Because sometimes you really don't. Like we say wedding vows and be like, I do. And then when you get through those storms, like when you face those, it's kind of like, what did I sign up for? So yeah, it's a lot of work, but we gonna be transparent and everything with you all. So baby, what made you, so first of all, you know how people desire marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
What made, obviously you did, because that's why you put a ring on it.
For sure.
So, and then you can look at me too. You don't have to be shy, okay?
I'm not shy at all.
Yes, you is. You a little nervous. But what made you desire marriage?
Man, what made me desire marriage? I would say as a kid, man, growing up watching, love stories and, seeing my mom and my dad married, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something I wanted. Okay. I want to love. I want to be the head of a household. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So basically seeing your mom and dad be an example, and then also seeing it on TV, you kind of like, okay, I want this.
Yeah, this is what I want.
Okay.
Exactly what I wanted.
So you knew what you wanted,
Oh
huh?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
same for me. I feel like you far back. But for me, I
yeah.
would say me and I didn't come from I came from a two parent household, but then majority of my life I didn't. So I did until the age of 7. So I didn't see that example per se, but my desire stemmed from movies. I am a hopeless romantic. I love watching love movies. I love love. So when you look on like these movies be presented to you, it's like this is so beautiful. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get married. So I always had this urge just with so much excitement. Like that is so cute. I can't wait to spend my life with somebody for the rest of my life, and just go on these little cute dates and make up like that and be all cute and stuff, and affectionate until I stepped in marriage and was like, this ain't what TV showed me. So
They lied.
exactly like
They lied.
them
That's what they
little
did.
right. They'll make it all cute where the couples at out with each other, but then they just make up. Then you got the cute music playing in the background that you probably not noticing, but it kind of add on to the love in there. It's like, oh my gosh, like babe. So so I'm like, okay. When those times came for us, it's like this is not what I seen on TV.
At all.
It
They
ain't.
skipped that part.
Exactly. I'm like, it ain't the raw virgin of marriage.
They went to the good part. They
Exactly.
ain't tell us nothing about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause even some movies, it be like, just all good. Like
Yeah.
you barely see bad. It'd be like little tiny stuff, but
Probably be about 5 seconds, a little bad stuff.
exactly. But majority of it is good. I'm like, they lied. You're lying. So I was kind of disappointed, and it wasn't even marriage. It was kind of like when we started dating and we started getting into it. And I was like, "Oh, this is what dating is." I'm like, "That ain't." So I was kind of. I think my hopes was up very high, and yeah, it was high for nothing because that's
You
not
know
the
what?
reality.
You know what show? You know what show you used to watch? Love and Basketball. They actually showed. When they used to fight with, fight as a kid. They
Yeah.
broke up, got back together. But at the end, it was all a love story.
Right.
They were together. They got married. Had a
It
little
was.
daughter.
Yeah,
So,
I know it's so cute.
yeah.
So, what do you have a favorite movie that like have romance around it?
I don't. I watched a lot of them.
Okay,
I don't.
mine I loved Brown Sugar,
Yeah, Save the Last Dance.
Save the Last Dance.
Jesus.
Save the Last Dance is first, Brown Sugar second. Those my movies. Those my movies right there. So those is like, oh, they are so cute, especially when on Save the Last Dance they was into it, and then they started playing, and when they walked by, they broke up because of his sister, and they was in school, and that song, I'm going crazy, 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 just thinking about you. You probably don't know because you half watching the show, and I'm watching.
Nah, I didn't half watch it.
No,
It
you don't
just-
remember that part.
I didn't half watch it. We just watched it too much.
Okay, right, but so you should remember.
Of course, I remember.
Okay, why you looking like you don't? So
Nah,
you
I
remember they
I
was
thought you was finna sing. I was finna get into it.
Oh,
with you.
no.
I was finna, okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah. it's
Okay. No, you remember they was walking past, and it's like they just started playing the song. It's like he was looking at her, she was looking at him back, and you could tell like they really, loved each other.
Yeah, when they was holding hands and walking.
No, that's not what
not
happened.
it?
No. Okay, we
No,
gonna-
you know what? I do remember, but at the same
they
time,
they was into
that
it.
was so long ago. Like, man.
We about to watch that tonight.
Nah, that's okay.
We need
That
to
is
watch
okay.
that. No, we need to watch it. I love Say the Last Dance. That's how I know you just stare at the TV.
I wasn't staring. It was just too many times we watched it. It was too many times.
I love it. I can watch it over and over. Oh my gosh, I know I want to watch it now. Now my heart is just like melting for
They need
love.
to discontinue the movie. Straight up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so with marriage. So it made you desire marriage. So when you stepped into marriage, so we met at the age of 19.
Thanks to my dog Shannon.
Oh my God. Yes, he had to. I did not have social media at the time. I was like, yeah, I didn't have social media at the time. It's crazy because I used to, but then I deleted. I'm like, I'm disconnecting. But anyways, I didn't have social media, so he had to slide in my sister DM and shoot his shot at me. So yeah, so that's how that happened.
Appreciate the twin.
And we yeah, so we met at 19, but we got married what at 26? 26. But we was off and on for some years, you know. We was
Pretty
off
rocky.
and on.
Pretty rocky.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a consistent like we've been together now 11 years, but I think the first 19 through 25 or 24. I don't know. The first few years, I say the first 3 to 4 years was like off and on. We was off and on, like break up. You go your way, I go mine. Then we make our way back to each other. So that's why I say like the people who know us be like, oh, I love how y'all like just inseparable.
For sure.
But when you stepped into marriage, okay, hold on, let's go back. We also lived together before marriage, and I do not encourage that. Okay, don't encourage it because it's sin. I don't encourage sin. Okay,
don't do it.
But we did stay together before marriage, and I feel like when we stepped into marriage, I'm like, we've been through so much together that it's not nothing that I think we can't stand against. But when we got married, it just was a little different.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought we overcame so much already. I'm like, why? It's just different.
Yeah.
So what's your perception of marriage like now? Like what's the insight you would give people on how marriage truly works?
Honestly, when we first got married, I wasn't mature. Mm-hmm. You know? It takes a mature man, you know, to build a family. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't that. But as I grew with you, you know, as we prayed together, you know, as I say, you pray together, you stay together. Mm-hmm. We prayed together, we still together, you feel me? And that was it, you know? But you really got to have a mindset for marriage. Mm-hmm. If you ain't got a mindset, don't do it.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you, don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like when we first got married, I feel like you still try to act like you single. Like, we don't have a curfew here. But when I presented, like, I'm not going to tell you what time to come home, but I would expect for you as a married man to come home at a respectable time. And then he felt like, well, I should be able to do what I want. I should be able to come in. You know, he ain't ever come in no crazy times. But I'm like, okay, just a conversation, just so we can know to be respectful of each other. But he felt that he should be able to move when he wants to move. Like, so if he run to the store, I'd be like, so you ain't even tell me you was going to the store. He like, I should be able to go. I'm like, you are married. Like, how you can't just up and leave and I don't know you at the store. I'm like, where? Like, hey babe, where you at? You like, oh, I went to the store. It's like, so you can't tell me, you know? So it's just like having that open communication, him not knowing that in marriage you have to communicate. Like, it's not about you anymore. So I think for you have to adjust to it not just being about you.
I had to adjust to the communication. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's going back to when you asked the first question, mm-hmm. what made me want to get married. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that in my household, mm-hmm. but not knowing they was really communicating. Yeah, you know, but I just wasn't there to see it. Right, but. Yeah, I had to really adjust to it because I'm like, well, I got to tell you where I'm going. You know, I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going nowhere crazy. Yeah. I'm going to get food. I'll be back. Right. But not knowing communication, it goes a long way. Mm-hmm. But
it really does. And I know people always say like communication is a big deal. And it may sound cliche, but literally you have to communicate. And that's not even communicate about your whereabouts per se. It's communicating about what's on your mind, what's on your heart, what you're thinking, everything. Them hard conversations that you didn't like to have. And
at
he
all.
still kind of don't. He's getting better. You
What's that?
get
What's that one song? She's a runner. She's a track star. Yeah, that was me. I was a
uh
runner. I was a track star. I was not. I didn't
he
want to
gonna run
talk.
a red when it gets hard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he when it comes down to communication, he's avoiding it. He will avoid it. We
Yeah.
will get into it because I'm like, how you upset? Because I'm coming to communicate. Like, make it make
I
sense.
was not a talker.
He did not want to communicate.
Yes,
Yeah, I feel
sir.
like he was avoiding it so much, and by the lack of communication, that caused a lot of issues. Because it's like now I can't come to you and tell you what's on my mind and heart because you run it every time it's time to talk.
Yes,
He
sir.
didn't want to be held accountable.
About nothing.
Yeah. So what was that about?
I mean, that was just me. I never communicated. I mean, out of all my relationships, the only real relationship I had was with you. And it's like I never got to the point where, oh, let's sit down and talk about our problem. No, you said what to me? I'm gone. I'm not staying here, bro. No, not happening.
Oh my gosh.
But and that no, that's just being real.
Yeah.
But once I came to my senses and matured, and knew that communication goes a long way. I had to sit down. Sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, like my grandma always said, "You never too old to learn. You never too old to listen."
Yeah.
So
For sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like communication is huge in marriage. But about the work that we have to put in,
it's a lot.
it is a lot.
That's what I said. If you ain't ready for marriage, don't do it.
It's a lot. Like marriage, I would say love is beautiful, right? Which makes marriage beautiful. But then you have an imperfect person here and an imperfect person over here.
Uh,
And you got a different mind here, a different mind there. You have a different background here, a different background there. And y'all both coming together as one trying to make it work. It's like, you know, and I feel like we had like a good honeymoon stage. Some marriages, I feel like marriages go through warfare, which a lot of attacks, right? Some marriages you may step into that thing right away and experience warfare right away.
yeah,
Some you on cloud nine for a while, and then eventually that's when reality come in. So it's kind of like after the wedding over, after the reception, after the honeymoon, now it's time to face reality.
yeah,
After you get off that cloud nine, especially when you've been together for so many years and have been through things. Now it's like, oh, reality set in. You will be tested at your vows.
it's yeah.
You will be. We be saying on the altar, through the good, through the bad, through
Happy inside.
happy and sad, through the tough times, through the perfect times. Like
Yeah.
you will be tested at those vows.
At
Like, do you really mean that?
any given moment.
Any given moment. And we was tested. I would say we was tested because
Mm,
we were tested a lot of times
yeah,
where we sat at the table and had to have a conversation to see, do we still want this, because we literally came to that point like, is this something we still want? I'm like, I don't think so.
yeah,
And knowing that our hearts is there, but it's like it's something in the midst, and I'm not trying to be spiritual, like too spiritual, because some people may not understand, but the spiritual side is kind of like you at warfare, right? It's something in the works trying to cause division in your home. And if you not spiritually in tune, you looking at your spouse in the physicals, I'm fighting against you, but really you fighting against the unseen of what's trying to cause a division in your home. So I feel like you the things we have to endure, I feel like issues that we face on our own, and that can sometimes bring the chaos in the home because one of us could be going through something on our job. One of us could be going through something with anything. You get what I'm saying? Like, your mind, something in your mind. It could be finances. It could be your health. It could be just you being tired. Like, you not gonna always bring 50-50 to the table. Like, it's not 50-50 all the time. Sometimes you may have 30.
Yeah.
Sometimes I may have 10. It's not always 50-50 for that day, but that's where that communication plays a huge part of, okay, this is how I'm feeling.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you got anything you want to add? I know I'm talking a lot.
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Oh, you can
got
go
some
ahead.
you got some good stuff to say. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you funny. But
You got some good
no,
stuff to say. Yeah,
it's
for
just the
sure.
work that goes in. It's just work.
Yes,
It
sir.
ain't no better way to put it.
It ain't always peaches and cream.
It's not.
You
It's
know.
sometimes you may not like that person that day.
Hey, it could be all the time. You might not like that person.
Oh, what you mean all the time?
I ain't talking about
Oh,
not like you. I'm
okay.
just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I was like, hold on.
You know, sometimes you be wanting to, you know, let's get in the gloves real fast. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm playing.
No, for real. No, you be having some crazy thoughts that come in. Like honestly, I'm gonna smack them in the back of the head.
No, you be trying to get them grits on me.
No.
You know how my dear said, get them grits.
Oh my gosh,
You be
I
trying-
ain't never
Nah,
think like that, but I do be like, oh, I can punch him right now.
Man.
But you know, we keep our hands to ourselves. That's being respectful. But
For sure.
but no, we it is sometimes where you don't want to do it. You don't want to put in the work. You kind of like, I give up. Like I tried. I'm done.
Yeah.
And you feel like it's justified to just be done. So I feel like you will. I feel like anybody. You don't need a marriage counselor when times get tough. You should just have one in general. That's just like when you have your own therapist. Just have one.
Right.
Like we need somebody to talk to. We gonna need somebody who's professional, who is educated in this, and we gonna have to go. We gonna have to go get some help.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need help in some seasons, and it's good to also be surrounded around healthy married couples that you trust, because you know you
Yeah, I
can't
was just
trust
gonna say
everybody.
that you trust.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and because who won't be trying to spread your business or talking about you behind your back, but somebody who
People do.
believes in your marriage. That's very key. Who believe in us? Who
Facts.
want to see us succeed? Who not gonna let you give up on your spouse? But like, oh no, that ain't nothing but the enemy. We're not doing that. It's like, so you need people around you who are happily married. And not saying nothing about the single people, but I'm talking about, you know, for marriage wise. But we need somebody who's happily married, who wants to see us succeed, who can pray for us, who we can get wisdom from. Because you can't just think going to marriage expecting it. It's kind of like being a first time parent.
Right.
You don't know the ins and outs what it is to be a first time mom or a first time dad. You don't know. You learn as you go. And it's kind of like with marriage, you learn as you go.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So when you
You
look
talking good.
right,
You talking
I know
good.
you.
I don't want to interrupt you. So I'm gonna advise you to keep going.
You
You helping somebody.
see,
I tell
okay,
you, well, you helping somebody.
no, but so what work? Like, do you agree with the work? I feel like I missed something. I feel like it's something I want to add, but I don't know.
You talking? I mean, hey, I'm sure you could think of it. You doing it. You is
See?
doing it.
Okay, and I want you to put your input in it. Like, I'm not gonna do all the talking. I'm used to people out here who's chatty. Okay, so I need you to.
No, for sure.
See, he's not a big talker. That's why he never been on a podcast, because he don't talk that
For
much.
sure.
Okay,
Definitely.
so what work would you say you had to put on your end pertaining?
The work I had to put in on my end was talking to Jesus. You know, I really no seriously. Like I had to talk to Jesus, and I had to tell him about my problems, and you know, tell him about my problems, and he worked it out. You know, like my brother Thad say, you know, tell Jesus on your wife. I told Jesus on you a couple of times.
Oh my God!
But no, you know, it's really about staying strong. You know, staying 10 toes down, standing 10 toes. You know what I'm saying? And really keeping God in the midst of it.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, because those little prayers, like when I say those little prayers, they do matter.
Yeah.
It could be something petty, like, God, you know what? He really irritated me today. Like, what do you think I should do? Or, God help me to even let that go.
Yeah.
Marriage also requires forgiveness.
Right.
You have to forgive. You may one day just say something that may hurt your spouse's feelings, and it's not intentionally,
Yeah.
but you have to forgive.
I mean, you're not gonna forget. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta forgive. For
But
sure.
I feel like what I'm learning with forgiveness, I feel like I know they say I can forgive, but I won't forget. But something I'm learning about forgiveness is I want to forget. Because what about when they start playing in your mind back to back?
Yeah.
Anything in life, like not just even that, but it's like if I'm keep replaying that and allowing those thoughts to sit, now I think I'm starting to hover there in my heart instead of I want to forget that. Like, what am I keep thinking about the same thing for? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like, when they say like Jesus throw, when we ask for forgiveness, he throw those sins in the sea of forgetfulness. I feel like we have, of course, our human mind remember, but kind of take those thoughts and throw them out. Like, okay, I'm not finna keep thinking about this. Because what happens when that thought, if I say something hurtful and you forgave, right, and we move past it, we good. But what happens when that thought keep playing in your head, that word?
It's gonna trip
It's like,
you.
is that truly forgiveness? Because it's like, I said I forgave, get out my mind, So I feel like if you keep thinking it, it's hovering in your heart.
Yeah.
So what a man thinketh, so is he. I feel like now it start with a thought into your heart. So I kind of feel like I'm learning with forgiveness. Quit remembering.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
I know we human and it's so easier said than done, but that don't mean in the next disagreement or argument I'm going to throw this in your face
Right.
because I was the queen of that.
Right.
I was the queen of
Okay.
that. No, like, and I had to quit doing that. Also, look at yourself. Don't look at your spouse. Look at you and see what can I do to improve this marriage.
Right.
What work can I put in to ensure that my spouse is happy? Because when you looking at your spouse, you gonna be frustrated. You gonna be mad. Okay, that's when you go like, come on, okay. That's when you gonna want to throw the deuces up. But
And one thing that really stuck with me, when you blaming your spouse, when you pointing that finger, my pops told me this a long time ago. When you point that finger, you got 3 more fingers pointing back at you. So it's like, don't blame your spouse. Look at yourself too.
yeah,
So hey, it might not be your fault. It might not be his fault. Talk.
right.
That's what you got to do. Talk.
And that's where communication come in. And I feel like you have to have a friendship.
Yeah.
Because when you talk to your best friend and friend, they know your deepest, darkest secret.
Yeah.
They know the ins and outs. They know basically what's on your heart. Because, that's my friend. I can be vulnerable with them. So I feel like when you have a friend in your spouse, I should be able to share those secrets with you.
That's true.
Or just share everything, that I'm dealing with. I should be able to be vulnerable and transparent with with you as you should with me.
Yeah.
So I feel like a friendship in your marriage is very important as well.
That's one of the keys.
Yeah.
Sure.
And laugh together, have fun, enjoy each other. And I think the main thing that take work, that spark.
Oh yeah. Man,
Ooh,
yeah.
it's the spark.
Oh yeah.
Trying to keep that spark alive.
And we ain't talking about the spark of the blunts and all that. We're talking about the spark. You feel me?
No, like for real, the spark. I'm like, sometimes the spark just ain't there. It ain't sparking. It's like, where's the lighter? what blew the spark out? What blew out the flame? Sometimes it's the spark because sometimes you just kind of like, blah. I'm comfortable. You get comfortable.
Comfortable in your boredness.
Yeah, you get comfortable.
Sure.
You feel like you don't have to do as much as you did when you first met or got married.
Yep.
You get too relaxed and too chill. Okay. Him. So when I first met, but our first couple years dating, right? He be like, oh, you. I used to get dressed up every day we went to, right? I was like, he was like, you ain't gotta put on no makeup. Like, you look good without it, girl. Don't put no makeup on. And he's like, you don't gotta get dressed. Throw on some sweatpants and a shirt. He's like, if we can go. He's like, you don't have to always do that, right? Right? You remember that, yup. So funny how we're married. and I caught myself being relaxed. And now he wanna, oh well, you'll never fix it when we go on dates.
No, no. The problem with you is, let me tell you, listen, you got too relaxed.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
too
That's
relaxed.
just like me not shaving my head, not lining myself up. That's too relaxed, right?
Yeah.
Of course. So you got too relaxed. Like, you can dress, but you don't need makeup. Because you're beautiful without it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you.
For sure.
Right, but I'm saying you know, oh, that just brought up something else. How we change.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said that like probably 9 years ago, but then now it's kind of like, yeah, but now I do want that effort, putting that effort into yourself when we go on dates. You know, like I'm just like, okay, well, it depends on where we going because it was the movies. I'm like, we in and out. It's dark. Like, nobody ain't finna see me. But we going to dinner. I feel like it depends on where. Because if we just out and about and I ain't got no makeup, we just gonna go eat. But when we planning it, it's like, we go, we go fix it up some and we go look cute, get cute and stuff.
I feel like if we getting out the car, going into a public place, a restaurant or something, you never know who you finna see.
Yeah.
They go like, hey, I seen Randy, man. That boy was crunchy. Hey, I seen Randy and his wife. Both of them was crunchy.
Oh, my
like,
gosh.
nah, you ain't finna never catch me like that. I'm
Okay.
sorry. It might be the pride in me,
Yeah.
but that ain't me. You
I don't
can't
think,
catch me like that.
but I ain't never looking crunchy.
Oh,
Well,
no, not at all.
yesterday
Some
I kind of
days-
was. Some days. Okay. 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 Got you.
I
But
mean,
no, we all have our bad days. But
course.
they were just giving an example of I forgot what was that example. Communication or your expectation of your spouse, the work, I don't know. But that just kind of brought me to when you told me you don't require it, then it's kind of like you start saying something.
No, because when I said I don't require it, you was like, all right, he don't require it.
Okay.
But I'm like, oh, nah, you know what? Now you should really kind of fix up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
And
we might see somebody out here.
and it's not that. I should want to. Well, first of all, I always like to look good for myself. I love being cute, but we all got our lazy days, right? But I do want to stay attractive to my husband.
Right.
Like,
not
put
just
on-
in the bedroom,
Okay.
but outside the bedroom too. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
Yeah.
So I still want him to be like, oh dang, you look good. And that's just like with him. Like he said, like shaving his head. If he goes too long, right? He could be going like a week. He be sneaking 2 in. But when he tried to do that 2.5, I'm like, hey, babe, when you shaving your head? He was like, oh, I need to shave it. You need to shave it. I'm like, come on now. We got to stay groomed up, So it's just him also being attractive to my eyes as well. You want to look good for your spouse. Because I don't want you to be like, she just let herself go. So it's like we're married. How you met me, I was looking cute. So I love it. Make me feel good looking cute. It's natural. Because some people be getting cute just for a man, then they just stop. But we not on that. But it's natural. But I still have to stay attractive. To you.
I mean, you're attractive all the way around, without the makeup, without the braids and everything. You feel me? You attractive for sure. I wouldn't put a ring on it if you wouldn't. Straight up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You so funny. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I do what I can.
You ain't gotta. You ain't
You
gotta
fine
can nothing.
too, okay?
I try.
You is.
I try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I try.
Yes. And I'm like, we on this camera, I'm like, he's slimming down. I said, oh no, honey. I gotta catch up.
I can't be fat and bald head.
Oh my gosh. I gotta catch up, okay? He can't be leaving me behind, okay? But that's another thing. He always embraced, okay, so when we met, I was slimmer, okay? Had a kid and picked that weight up. Never lost the baby weight. But he always loved me through it. But I was like, okay, babe. I'm like, I want to lose weight. He's like, no, I love your rolls. I love your stomach. I'm like, but I want to love it. And I'm like, but you also didn't meet me this size. And it's like, I'm going to embrace every every moment of myself, like every area. But you didn't meet me this size, so I need to get back down to that other size. But I do appreciate that my husband loves me for me. He loves every flaw and area or insecurity that I may have without doubting me, or because you got some people who be like, well, you get like in some conversations, maybe no. I ain't gonna tell you the little shades you tried to throw when I first had Caleb. But
What
first
shade
of all,
did I
let's
throw?
rewind because
Please,
that's
Lou.
painting that picture perfect, right? It ain't go down like that automatically.
Right.
What you say?
Nah, I ain't say that.
It just him offering the gym when he was like, yeah, me. He like, we gotta get in the gym. And my sensitive self was like, what you trying to say? You trying to
But
say?
but that wasn't shade because I put myself in it too. I'm like, hey, we gotta hit the gym. I'm getting kind of big. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't,
Yeah.
it wasn't really shade because I put myself in it. I was gonna get in the gym with you. I wasn't finna say nothing
No, but
about
I think
none
you
of
was
that.
aiming it directly at me. But it's also, but he did. I don't know. I think he embraced the extra pounds because I ain't heard that in years. That was like when I first had our son. Probably not the very beginning, but months down the line. But you embraced it and you like, I like you like, and I'm like, and I'm gonna lose weight, okay? But no, but he loved every area of me. So
I mean, you talking about me getting small. You dropping the pounds too.
really, okay, thank
They
you.
don't need to see that though.
Who said they need to say
That's
you're
for
so
me.
annoying, right? So,
That's for me.
so yes,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking, right?
You doing it.
So I
You done
think the
did that.
people want to hear from you more.
Which,
Put in the comments if you want to hear from Randy more. But
nah,
yeah, it just
it was
worked.
yeah, it definitely worked.
Communicate. I feel like don't go into marriage with the mind of this is a fairy tale. Oh, I want this because it's so beautiful. They beautiful. They relationship beautiful. Ain't no marriage perfect.
Stop clout chasing, please. Please stop clout chasing. If
Yeah.
you don't want marriage, don't.
Yeah, some people do it or want it for, just to say I'm married. But if you want a healthy marriage requires work.
You know what marriage? Everybody I was looking at Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Right. I don't know that. Like, first of all, I don't have a relationship. I will admire married people, right? But I don't have like they relationship because I want my marriage like them. I will admire the way they love their spouse, like Pastor Mike Todd. I love how he loved his wife, but I'm not gonna say I want to be like them because I don't know what it took
Yeah.
to get there. You don't know people's story or what it took. Like you see the glory, but you don't know the
And
story.
as soon as you say
Okay.
I want to be just like them, bam, you running through the mud.
You don't know what people go through. You don't know what they had to go through
Straight
to
up.
get there. A healthy marriage requires work, and then you have a covenant with this person. You can't just get up and walk away. Although
Yeah.
it may feel easier, like oh deuces, I'm gonna deal with this. Goodbye.
Yeah.
It's work. So you just gonna mean tell me nothing good comes easy.
They don't.
When you want to lose weight, that
Work
don't
for
come
it.
easy. You got to put in hard work.
Better work for
And
it.
you ain't gonna want to sometimes. In your marriage, you gotta put in hard work and you're not gonna want to sometimes. It's dying to yourself. And it's going to that mindset, this marriage, it ain't about me. Take away it's about us.
Right.
Like
Right.
what can I do for you? How can I serve you? How can I make your life easier? Let's have a meeting. Let's talk about this upcoming week. What's the plans? Standing open communication, balancing off each other. Like me and my husband, we recently had to sit down because my work schedule changed. I'm like, babe, I'm like, okay. I said, I feel like the weight falling on me a little more. So it's kind of like instead of being mad at him, it's like communicating. I need a little more during this time that my work schedule changed. So we set up a menu. Well, we working on a menu, but we bought a menu that we can write on.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, these days, can you cook? These days I'm a cook. So it's like we kind of sharing that responsibility of, okay, I need you to fall in these days because these days you may work later and can't, because if I'm doing it all week now, a sister girl tired. So it just communicating my needs with him and what I need when circumstances may change. So it's like, okay, babe, like School finna come up. We gotta think about that. So just having that open communication of we balancing each other out.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's true. You talking. I like that. I like that. I like that. That's
What you like about
that's so
it?
true. What you just said.
What I say?
The balance.
Mm-hmm.
You got to balance, because if you don't balance, somebody gonna go that way, then somebody gonna go that way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the balance is for sure the key. That's one of them. You know.
Yeah.
But you're right. But you're right about that board. But we don't need to write on that board because I'm be cooking all the way around.
What you mean cooking?
Cooking on your days.
Ooh, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You not gonna be cooking on my
That's
days.
how we get down, y'all. I'm the cook. She's the queen. Just go and get something else done.
I do cook.
Mm-hmm. It's called Cook King. I'm the king.
Cook King.
That's
I
right.
have embraced the fact that he enjoys cooking. He like cooking,
That's right.
but
Speaking of, I got chicken in the oven.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get that out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. You think it's done?
I believe so.
Okay. Ghetto. But y'all, we hope that you enjoyed this conversation. We are not marriage counselors. We are just having conversation.
We can be if y'all want to for a small fee.
Oh my
We
gosh.
offer whatever you need.
We are no experts at this. We're still learning on this journey, but I just want to give insight of how marriage may be looking like this. It's so much to say, but how it may look on the outside, but the work that you have to put in on the inside. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I need you to get some energy up in here.
Yes, sir.
Whatever. But yeah, we hope that you like this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Me, TT, and Ashley will be back next week. You will see us on Broken Out Revive podcast. Did you enjoy being here today?
I did. So make sure y'all stay strong. My marriage fellas, y'all got this. Listen.
Yes.
Think, pray.
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
Yes.
Love everybody.
Love. See y'all next time.
For sure.